Hi everyone, Tasha here, and today we're going to create a card using items from the Hedgehog Hollow's December subscription kit. This will actually be my last card of 2021, so I'm excited to create this one with all of you. I'm going to be using the large stamp set. This one is called Winter Frames, and the smaller stamp set included in the kit, and this one has just a variety of sentiments. I'll also be using these pattern paper and cardstocks. I pre-cut them all so we could move along a little faster in the video, but I just wanted to give a close-up of this pretty deer pattern paper from Maker Forte. It can also be foiled since it is a toner sheet. To begin, we're going to go over to the Misty tool and we're going to start stamping. I'm using the smallest piece of cardstock. I'll have all the measurements in the description box below. And I'm just positioning the frame, the largest frame, right onto that piece of cardstock. Now this frame is larger, so it does go over the edges a little bit, but that's okay. It's kind of like a evergreen border with like pine cones and stuff, so it can go over the edge. I'm using Maker Forte Color Hive ink in the color Everglades, and this color is a really deep green. I was going to use maybe a lighter green or even the black color, but I thought this deep green was perfect. So I did stamp my frame, and then to fill in the little gaps on some of the edges, this set actually includes some little like leafy branches, so you can fill it in any way you want to, or use them alone. So I just used the same ink color and then stamped on two of the corners just to kind of close the gap. Once I was done with stamping my branches, I went in and I'm going to add some little berries using telephone box, and this is a nice deep red. I put the stamp, instead of using it on my Misty, I just put it onto a stamping block, and this way I can easily position these little berries anywhere I wanted. I didn't need to take it on and off my Misty, but I did keep it on my Misty when stamping because you have that foam underneath your stamp pad, and then I already had this piece of scrap paper, so I just thought it was easier just to continue my stamping right on that Misty platform. Once I was done with creating the frame the way I wanted it to look, it's time to do that center stamping. And then the sentiment that I selected, again, it's from the 4x6 smaller stamp set. And the greeting says, "If you listen carefully, the silence is beautiful." I just thought that was a really unique sentiment. It fits perfectly within this square, and it's kind of one you wouldn't see very often. We're not doing a Christmas card or anything. So I just thought it was a nice greeting. You can kind of send it anytime this winter season. So now I'm just going in with some Copic markers, and I'm going to color in some of the little details. I'm using some yellow on the star, and then I'm filling in those branches with some more green ink. I also use brown on the little pine cone, and then I'll go in and finish my card with some red on the berries just to fill them in, or finish this center card. So the red is real simple because it's just those little dots. I kind of just colored the little holly areas and the little berries that I stamped. And then to make this card a little more rustic, I went in with some Distress Oxide ink. And the color is Antique Linen. It's one of my favorites. And I'm just going around the edges, just in no particular order of where I want it. I just kind of put it on kind of heavy around the edges and then blend it upwards just to give it more of that rustic look to go with the deer pattern paper. And then for a little extra details, I went in with my white gel pen just to kind of give those green branches a snowy look. So I just kind of went with the design of the branches and just made some lines to kind of give it like a snow look. Now it's time to assemble the card. So I wanted my center card to be matted. So I used a piece of black, Eclipse black cardstock. And then I'm going to put it on a piece of silver glitter paper from Maker Forte. And then it's just easy to just kind of layer from the top down. But I did layer on my deer pattern paper onto the red mat before I attached this card. I just kind of wanted to get it as close to being perfectly centered as possible. So I did this one prior to attaching those center layers. And I'm just lining it up. I love the red, white, and black color combination. That's one of my favorite color combinations. And I think it really goes with those, the little black reindeer print. I think it's a really nice look. And it also matches this center card perfectly. So I was trying to position where I wanted this center card because I was trying to have the little deers show up as much as possible. I did put it in the center up a little higher. I actually ended up moving it a couple times to get it where I wanted it. It was just too high, and then I wanted it more in the center, so you can play with it. I didn't press down firmly enough so the glue wasn't, completely stuck. And then I attached it to a heavyweight white card base that I made. It's an A2 size standard card base, and this one is just a top fold card. Lastly, to complete my project, I'm going in and adding some crown jewels in the color rose. This has become my favorite color of crown jewels. I don't know what it is. It's just a really soft pink that kind of has a little bit of a clear look to it as well, and it's just perfect because it goes with everything. It's not too bright or shiny. I just love it, and I've been using it all throughout this winter season on my holiday cards. I used it on some Thanksgiving cards. It's a year-round color, and it's so pretty. So once I was done, this is just a close-up of my card with all that sparkle, and I just love these colors together. And I hope you guys enjoyed following along. All the details will be in the description box below, and I hope you enjoyed the project. Have a great day. Bye-bye.